What up, guys? It is Dave, the ticket stub guy. And let's see what I got going for us today. We've got a PSA unboxing today. Let's see if I can find the right view form for myself here. Boom. There I am. All right, guys. So, whatever. I'm trying to make more content. Every single day I could make something for you guys about ticket stubs. And today we have some boxes here of PSA orders that just came in. And I figured, instead of just opening these here to myself, maybe I will invite you guys along the way. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Cool. So, 2 orders here today. And what's really neat about these is that all of them are autographed items, which is something I don't often do. Let's get my music back on because I like that. Some chill music, baby. All right. All right. Give me some chill hop. Oh my gosh. All right, so turn these around. So let's see. First thing, you guys, is that I'm a huge Don Beebe collector. So, if you're not familiar with Don Beebe, he was sort of an NFL player. Went to a bunch of Super Bowls, Buffalo Bills, etc. But I had the great pleasure of meeting Don a few weeks ago and getting him to autograph some tickets. So let's go back to number 2. There we go. All right. So the first one we have here is actually both of these are to the same game, but it's 2 separate types of tickets. And so this is a ticket to Beebe's NFL debut. Right, and so you can see here, Don Beebe, NFL debut. 1. Is there a way for me to change the settings live here on this camera to mirror it? Because that's really what I want. Make sure that you guys can see all the writing clearly. Beautiful ticket. Love the old Oilers stuff. Not a huge fan. Anytime you get a debut ticket, you really want it to be sort of like branded like that team that the guy plays for. So in this case, it'd be the Bills. I would love for this to be branded like the Bills, but for the time being, it's okay just the way it is. Anyway, it's autographed, and dude put on there flipping NFL debut, first TD. That's great. Oh, and I got my Bills jacket on. What's up? All right. So then this next one, this is a ticket to the exact same game, with the only exception that this is a box office ticket here. So this is same ticket, but it's just the box office version. I think this is a great example of how you can have different versions of the ticket to the same game. Of course, this one I opted not to have inscribed. I just wanted the straight up signature. Love it. This thing looks good. They were graded each one as a PSA 3, and the autos were a 10. So super stoked on those. And then we still have this little puppy here. This is also a Don Beebe autograph card or ticket. And this is a ticket to the 1989, I think, either wild card or divisional playoff game between the Browns and the Bills, and the divisional round, okay? And this is the infamous Don Beebe pogo stick play, right, where Don Beebe pogo sticks on his head, and PSA was even nice enough to put that right there on the flip for me, and they said Don Beebe pogo stick play. I love these. So these are personal pickups. All of these belong in my personal collection, and I absolutely love these. All right, so we have the Don Beebe debuts. Let's sort of put those away, and then we have another box. So let's rip this thing open. We got more autographs in here. These ones are interesting, and because I've got one piece of incredible history in here, one of the coolest tickets I've ever found. And it's autographed. Okay. And then I have another ticket that I found. So The first one that I have, which is this one here, this is an eBay find. I found it on eBay. It's a ticket to an auto racing, like a NASCAR event, but it was autographed by Michael Jordan, which I thought was weird. But also I looked at it and I was like, well, it was in 2003. The event was in 2003, and so Jordan would have been just retired from the Washington Wizards, and he was a fan, or is a fan, of auto racing, right? So, like, I would know that Jordan could potentially be at an auto racing event and could sign a ticket stub for somebody that he saw. And so that's what this is. I found it on eBay. I felt like it was a good deal. It was unauthenticated, but it was $300, which is still kind of a lot of money. And so this was me getting it back from PSA, and I asked them to authenticate the Jordan signature. And as you can imagine, if you see it already here in the slab, you know it passed authentication. Cool. All right, so what we have here, this is a ticket stub to the 2002. Is it the 2002? September 8th, 02. Man, so this is still in Jordan's playing days. That's crazy. This would have been just before the start of his last NBA season, because the last season starts in October. So this is interesting, an interesting find. Jordan attends the Indy 300 race and signs this ticket stub. I chose to just have everything authenticated versus, getting a grade on either the ticket or the autograph. But this is really cool. This is the first ever Michael Jordan autograph item I've ever had. So really cool item. But the coup de grace, the cream of the crop, the best one I got. One of the best ticket studs I have ever found in my entire life is this one right here. There's several reasons why I love this ticket stub. But this ticket stub is from the last time the NHL Stanley Cup Finals went into overtime in a Game 7. You imagine the pressure. You worked all season long. Your team makes it to the Stanley Cup Finals, and then you get to a harrowing Game 7, and it goes into overtime. What a thing. This is the 1954 Stanley Cup Game 7 ticket, right? And in this game, the Red Wings pull it off. Remember, the Red Wings are playing at home, but the Red Wings pull it off there in front of their home team in Game 7 in overtime. And a Red Wing by the name of Tony Leswick hits the game-winning shot in overtime. So this ticket is 75 years old, more than 75. It's 77 years old, this ticket. And in the mid-'80s, I think, the person who went to the game went to an autograph signing and had Tony Leswick sign the back of it. So the guy who scores the game-winning goal signs the back of it. And Leswick has since passed away, so, you can't get anything autographed from him ever again. This is a one-of-a-kind item. It's a super rare ticket to find one to Game 7 of the 1954 Stanley Cup. But it's the only one that is autographed by the guy who scored the game-winning heroic goal, Mr. Tony Leswick. All right. So that's just a little bit of what I wanted to share today, guys. Just a PSA unboxing and, the thrill of being able to see some of these little pieces of absolute history come together. These are just gorgeous. Love them. And I think you were connected to my speaker. That'll be fun to go back and watch. Holy shit. You guys, I'm sitting here recording this. There's this big ass speaker behind me. My wife just started playing this fucking song. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Real life shit. Take care. Love yourselves. Be positive. Love your life. Peace.